holla, gang, gang, all of you wanted to go get your team. I will go to the extremes, eliminate you by any means. These streets get scarier than a Freddy dream or anything that you've seen.
Wow. This whole time my goddamn shit was off. So goddamn it, that fucking sucks. But anyways, the Chicago Bears is taking on the Detroit Lions in its Week 12 matchup. So anybody that's listening to it, please just skip to about a minute and 18 seconds into the video. I didn't know the fucking mic was off. That shit pissed me off. But anyways, yeah, the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions, and I don't know what's gonna hell is gonna happen in this game. Basically, the Chicago Bears for the third consecutive season has had at least 4 game losing streak. So in 2019, they had 4 straight games that they lost. 2020, they lost 6 straight games, and this year so far they have lost 5 consecutive games. So yeah, that shit crazy as hell. Just to watch how the season has transpired so far this year. At one point, the Chicago Bears was 3-2, and now they have lost 5 straight, like I said, and now they're 3-7. They're taking on the Detroit Lions, who have not won a game yet. They are 0-8, and 1 tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So yeah, man, it's kind of weird to see the Bears season go like this, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know, player injuries, incompetent play calling on both sides of the football is what led to the Chicago Bears basically being at this state in time on their record. So let's get into it. But before we do, just remember to like and subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, make sure to like and share the video. If you are a new subscriber, just make sure to hit the notification bell so you can get all of my content from here on out. So, anyways, man, it is a special edition. They will be taking on them once again during Thanksgiving. So I will be watching that game and be talking about the post game show, pregame show, and halftime show, and all the above. So of course, we already know that Khalil Mack is gone, and the Chicago Bears lost their last game against the Baltimore Ravens, 16-13, against Tyler Humphrey, making his first career start in the NFL. And at the end, it looked like the Bears had everything going their way. And then once again, the 2 culprits that's been fucking the Bears all season long, Duke Shelley and also Kendall Vildor, more so of Kendall Vildor, especially last game, caused them to lose it. And now they're taking on Detroit with a short time period. And also, Justin Fields getting injured. Yeah, he does not have broken ribs, anything like that, but he is definitely hurt and he will not be able to play in this game. So far, Andy Dalton has already been confirmed to be the starter. So we already know that the play calling will be drastically different, taking on the Detroit Lions. So I'm pretty sure they're going to use the entire playbook. On the Detroit side of the football, Jared Goff has shown some progress, and there's a small possibility, not a big possibility, but a small possibility that he will play in this game. Now, yet again, the talk has been going on all week long, especially after the Bears lost to the Baltimore Ravens after not having their star quarterback Lamar Jackson. Will Matt Nagy be fired after this game? Now, I have been hearing sources all week, especially today, that Matt Nagy will be fired right after the game, right after the Detroit game, whether he win or lose the game. So We're gonna see how that turn out now. Before I get super deep into it, I just want to say Matt Nagy might be a shoe salesman in terms of a coach, but that he definitely did not deserve to be at his own kids' game. And people saying fire Nagy and chanting at his kids' high school game. That's some whole ass shit. I don't care what you say. As a Bear fan, you need to be ashamed of yourself even saying some shit like that. Yeah, you can say it comes with the job, but when you are outside the job, you shouldn't be doing players like that, especially coaches or anybody like that. You know, the man is still fighting for his job. It is what it is. He is going to be fired because of the incompetence of him being a head coach. But as a man and as a human being, you should definitely not be trying to do him like that. But anyways, man, the Bears have won majority of the last six matchups. They have won five of the last six. Detroit, of course, did beat the Bears late in the season, stripping the ball from Trubisky, and that led to eventually Detroit winning the game. Since then, the Bears did win the matchup earlier this year in a tight game. That I think it was 24-14, and they did deny Detroit, who was driving down the field very effectively, but just couldn't get into the red zone because the Bears constantly stopped them in the red zone and also caused a few turnovers. Now, since then, the Bears' turnover ratio has gone drastically down. And I looked at an old stat all the way back after week 5. I believe like the Chicago Bears was ranked like 5th overall defense, 7th in scoring, like 9th in turnovers, 1st in sacks. And since then, the sacks has been steady, been steady. Some games they be going down. A lot of games they've been up. They've been sacking the hell out of quarterback because their front seven is really just that goddamn good. But their cornerbacks and safeties is very incompetent. The Boston. Good luck with your Bears team on Thursday Night Football versus the Lions. Hey man, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate the support. You know, a lot of Bear fans is jumping off the bandwagon. And I understand why. I understand if you're done with the team for the year and everything else. But me, man, I'm gonna have to ride this thing out with the Bears, man. I decided to do this on YouTube. I decided to report the team. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. No matter the Bears win, lose, draw, whatever, I'm gonna have to continue to report on this team. I've been a long time Bears fan, and I'm going to continue to do that. But you know, it is tough watching the games. Very tough watching the games, especially seeing this incompetence on all sides of the football. But the Bears do still have the upper hand over Detroit Lions. Even with missing Khalil Mack, they was able to get to the quarterback a lot last week. Now, what killed them once again was the cornerback and safety play, especially late in the game. I don't know how Duke Shelley and Kendall Vildor are still starting. That's a testament to the GM Ryan Pace and also Sean Desai calling man-to-man defense when you know already that these guys cannot cover anybody in man-to-man. You should be running zone more often. Yeah, you do have to run man-to-man defense every blue moon just to try to make sure that they just don't carve you up in the pockets, in the holes in the defense, but still have to make sure you do exactly what you're supposed to do. But in this matchup, man, it's a lot closer than it was just a few weeks ago. The Bears was riding high so many weeks ago. Once again, they end up being 3-2. They got a victory against Detroit, and it looked like everything was looking good for them. But like I said before, this matchup is going to be very tight, and it's probably going to end up coming down to the wire because the incompetence of the players and coaches. Now, of course, they are sick of Matt Nagy, so most likely he is going to be gone. What up, KO? How you feeling, bro? How you feeling? I was just discussing how many Bear fans are jumping off the bandwagon, which is understandable. You know, this team has been abysmal all goddamn season. Every time we think they're going to do something good, if the offense performs at their best, the defense can't do shit. And if the defense do their job, the offense can't do shit. So it's like it's never been a time where both was at the same level like we needed them to be. And if there was, then maybe that record would be a little bit more different. Maybe they might be 6-5 or 5-6. and still could be basically chasing a playoff berth. Just getting off work. Damn, man, they got you working and running like that, bro. That's fucked up. Shit, you gotta live, man. You gotta live. But anyways, though, it's gonna be real tough for the Bears. It's gonna be real tough. It's going, and if they lose to Detroit, not only Matt Nagy needs to be fired, Sean Desai needs to be fired. Like you just basically need to clean house, and that just don't start with the coaching staff. You have to go directly to the source of the major problems of this team, and that is Ryan Pace, the general manager. Yeah, we've blown a lot of games. It's crazy. I already know, man. Blew the game against the Steelers, blew the game against San Francisco, blew the game against now this past Sunday, and that was the Baltimore Ravens. So that's 3 possible wins easily right there. And honestly, if the coaches weren't so incompetent, the Bears possibly also beat the Cleveland Browns. So that's 3 to 4 possible victories that could have been added on the Bears win total. But because you still choose to have Kendall Vildor at starting corner when you know he's more of a nickelback dime corner type. Duke Shelley is really a dime corner, or just really a special teamers going out there and playing. It is what it is. They're not going to target nobody else. If you notice, they're not targeting Jalen Johnson. He's shutting everything down. So they're going to attack the weak points, and that's those 2 guys. What you feel about the head coach getting fired soon? It's about damn time. It's about time. I said way back last year, and this is before the Bears even got Justin Fields, that they should have brought back Trubisky, got rid of possibly Ryan Pace, if not just at least got rid of Matt Nagy, because his incompetence is really that goddamn just really that damn bad. You know, there shouldn't be no reason for a head coach that now for the 3rd consecutive season, on average, have lost 5 games throughout 3 seasons. Four losses in 2019, 6 losses in 2020, and now 5 losses. And it could still end up being another loss in this game. You know, the confidence level for this team has dropped tremendously simply because of the coaching and the players not executing it when you need it most. We even blew the Packers game. Yeah, you could possibly say that in the first matchup that they did blow the game, but the Packers was leading majority of the game, and the Bears offense really couldn't move the football until the second half. I believe it was the 4th quarter when they finally started scoring. And when it come down to it, when you don't have good corners overall, that's what happens. You know, you blow a lot of leads because when you shut down the run and you sacking the quarterback constantly, but when they get time, they able to just thread the needle every single time. What do you expect? What is going on with Nick Foles? Ain't shit going on with Nick Foles. You know, he a backup quarterback at the 3rd string, but now because Justin Fields is hurt and he's not going to play this game, and he possibly won't even play in the next game 10 days after that, you know, he's going to be the second starting quarterback on the team. Of course, Andy Dalton had already been confirmed to be the starter, so it is what it is. We got to stop looking at Nagy and looking at ownership. Their incompetence is why we're in this position. It's not only the incompetence of the ownership, but it's still when it comes down to it, when I hire a head coach, the head coach's job is basically to prepare your team and get them ready to be in the right position to succeed. And because they have not been able to do that, that's the reason why they are 3-7. Much like the Detroit Lions, incompetent play calling, not having the best coaching, not having the best players is the reason why they are 0-8-1. So yeah, we should have been up 14-0 against the Packers. Matter of fact, I think I reviewed over that game. I believe that the Bears at one point could have been up 17-0 over the Packers. How many times they drove down the field and got into the red zone? But like I said before, incompetent play calling, poor use of timeouts, poor use of the clock led to the Bears ended up with what 3 points throughout that game. I mean, 3 points in the first half, and that's or something like that. Matter of fact, I don't even know if they even scored in the first half. So yeah, man, it is. It is. It's just terrible to see this Bears team be this bad. We were just undisciplined. It's not just. It's a lot of things that lead up to it. Undisciplined. I can just name the same things over and over and over again. But it's like beating a dead horse. I've been saying this for the past. I've been saying this all season, even in the Bears 3 wins. I still was not happy. Some people, some Bear fans were coming at me crazy, like, man, you should be happy that the Bears won. I'm like, listen, happy that they won, but I'm not happy with the way they won. I've said it before. Uh, lack of scoring in the second half. You early in the season they would score in the first half and couldn't score points in the second half. Now as the season progressed, they are scoring points, a lot of points in the second half, but they're not able to put up anything in the first half. And that is another reason why this Bears is losing, because the inconsistency on offense. Now, as bad as it is for the Bears, at least they're not Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions is going through it right now. They got an opportunity to end up being 0-16-1. So that they did not only be a franchise that went 0-16 twice, but now they'd be a one that went 0-16 and got a tie on top of that. So it is what it is when it come down to that. But what it come down, is all I can say is that these two teams match up excellent right now at this point, even with Jared Goff being hurt and possibly coming back and not still being able to throw the football like that, because even though Detroit can't pass the football on a consistent basis, they still a fairly decent run team. And the Bears have shown that they can't stop the run consistently. Even with Lamar Jackson being gone, the Baltimore Ravens last week had like 34 carries for like 123 yards and a rushing touchdown. And I believe that when even they started running back, I believe they picked him off the street. At one point, yeah, he was a good player when he was with the Atlanta Falcons, but since then his career been trending down, and they damn near revitalized the man's career with the way they just allowed everything that's just to happen the way it did. And honestly, I believe that Detroit can be able to repeat that same success, because I don't know if Akeem Hicks is playing in this game. I believe he might play, but most likely because it's shortened with the short week, he probably is going to end up not playing. Yeah, we do have some positives out there. Robert Quinn have 10.5 sacks so far this season through 10 games, but ain't no telling how long he'll be able to keep that up, especially just not being as motivated, knowing that this team is just being incompetent as it is. Yeah, you do have bright spots, Roquan Smith, like I said, Jalen Johnson. You had Khalil Mack brother, little brother, go out there and get a half a sack with Travis Gibson out there. But like I said before, man, when it come down to the wire, it's going to go down to who can make the least amount of mistakes. Who can make the least amount of mistakes, which players will be on cue when it matters the most. And that's what's going to affect the game. Plain and simple. If the Bears can't get to the quarterback early and often, to try to protect those cornerbacks, because the corners is really just that bad overall, especially the safeties, because Eddie Jackson once again missed the game. Yeah, Tayshaun Gibson did get an interception late in the game, but it really didn't matter, because the Bears couldn't drive down the field, they couldn't score, and they gave the ball right back to Baltimore Ravens. And that could be the same type of thing that ended up happening in this game. Why? Because terrible play calling, terrible player execution. Yeah, we do have some bright spots like Larry Bourne playing a lot better on the offensive line. We do have Jason Peters, even though he is 39 years old, can still block. But the interior is not the best that we've seen. Sam Mustipher needs to be released. He shouldn't be brought back. Cody Whitehair possibly can be brought back. James Daniels could possibly be brought back, but hopefully those guys get strong. But overall, this team is not built to win right now. They're not built to win, and hopefully they do win this game. And even if the Bears do win this game, I'm still looking forward to Matt Nagy being fired. Why? Look at what happened this year, last year, and the year before that. Ever since 2018, he just decided that he wants to do things the way he wants to do it and stop trying to win. It was like he's self sabotaging himself and his players, and it seems like they're just completely sick of it. They're sick of everything that is going on, and that's the reason why he needs to be fired. Because once you lose the locker room, man, once you lose that locker room, there is no reason for the team to keep you. And he lost the locker room last year. Just the difference was the quarterback that he hates so goddamn much got them into the playoffs, saved his job, saved Ryan Pace's job, and basically to repay him, they shipped his ass off. They released him and allowed him to sign somewhere else. And now, the guy that we needed to hopefully see how well he evaluates throughout the season, which is Justin Fields, is now hurt because incompetent play calling. If you know already Justin Fields have been dealing with injuries all season, he's been getting banged up constantly almost every single game. Why can't you protect him? Why can't you protect him the way you need to protect him? I don't know. What's going on, Jake? How you feeling, bro? Been a while since I saw you. Shit, I guess you've been moving around a lot. We better win this, man. I don't know, Jake. I do not know. I do not know if the Bears will actually win this game. This is the first time I have been in doubt with the Bears going against Detroit since maybe 1999, 2000 maybe. It's the last time. Exactly, protect our future. Hey, man, only how they're going to be able to protect the future is by possibly just not letting Justin Fields play for the rest of the season. It'd probably be the best way to put it. Let Andy Dalton go out there. They probably should have stuck with the same plan that they had then. But just so happened Andy Dalton got hurt, and that forced Justin Fields to be put in. But once Andy Dalton was healthy, should have took Justin Fields out and put Andy Dalton back in and allow him to take those beatings and allow Justin Fields to watch and learn. Yeah, Jake, I just spoke on that they need to clean house. Everybody needs to go. Sean decided, yeah, this is his first year as a defensive coordinator, but this needs to be his last goddamn year because, yes, he has cooked up a excellent game plan in terms of getting the front seven to rush the quarterback very well. I believe that the Bears is still within a top 5 in sacks. But when you know you only have one very good corner and the other two corners is bad like that, you need to be able to always try to have some type of game plan to protect your defensive backs when you know they can't cover nobody on a consistent basis. Have I heard about Fuller? No, I haven't heard about Fuller. Let me know what's going on. I've been moving around a lot all day. I haven't really had the chance to really sit down nowhere. Shit, tired as hell, but I had to do this pregame video because I'm not gonna have 4 or 5 hours to be trying to record and pre-record a video and send it out there. So I was like, fuck it, let me go ahead and live stream it and just talk about everything that is going on from both sides of the football of both teams. Basically, we already know what's going on with Detroit. We already know what's going on with them. They're terrible on offense, terrible on defense. Though the best thing that Detroit got is that they got a dominant offensive line. And the offensive line that's supposed to be dominant in terms of run blocking, they still can't pass block for shit either. So it is what it is. I haven't seen Nagy on my channel lately. I wonder why. What you mean? That shit. Bears getting whooped. You wouldn't see his ass either. Heard he was a healthy scratch a few weeks ago. Probably so. Now the only thing I can say about Kyle Fuller, regardless of how bad he had been playing with the Denver Broncos, I'm pretty sure he still would have been better if he was with the Bears, and he definitely would have been better than what the hell we got now. Okay, Sam, what up? What up? What up? Been watching videos but not commenting much. Yeah, but I really just don't understand how the team got like this. I understand, but I don't understand why they haven't done everything possible to try to protect the team. Period. Period. Bryce Callahan and Sertan. Hey, at this point of Cal Fuller's career, he probably just playing terrible because he didn't want to leave Chicago Bears anyway. He wanted to stay here as Chicago Bears player, and it's a small possibility that he might come back to the Bears. But because of how terrible he's played, they can sign him for the cheap and bring him back. Would have been better than Vildor for sure. Stupid we got rid of Fuller. Yeah, it is. That's what happens when you have an incompetent GM that decides to sign Jermaine Ifedi to a nice contract, bringing Andy Dalton on a 1 year, $10 million deal. It is what it is. Should have traded Fuller before the deadline. No, they couldn't have traded for him because of the amount of money he's owed still. Denver gonna have to pay him that, and after that, they probably gonna end up releasing him or something like that. And guess what? Because of how bad he played, how inconsistent he played, his price tag goes down drastically, which allows the Bears to be able to sign him on a lower deal and then possibly bring him back if they decide to bring him back. If we had Fuller, we wouldn't have blown the game again, that Baltimore game. If we had Fuller, even early in the season when the Bears played the Rams, all the damn balls that Matthew Stafford threw in harm's way that Kendall Vildor, his short ass, just couldn't get to, or he barely got a fingertip on it, Kyle Fuller probably would have picked it off or knocked it away. That's the difference. The guy, he's worth like $9 million this year. Yeah, he's worth way too much money. So that's the main reason why they got rid of him. Once you signed Andy Dalton to that $10 million, Kyle Fuller's $9.5 million this year was expendable. And based on the way he played, that probably was the best decision just for this year, or it could just be that he's playing ass this year simply because he's not a Chicago Bear. So yeah, man, it's just very disappointing to talk about this. I was hoping that the Bears would be in the playoff picture. I was hoping that they would be 6-5, 5-5, or something, just something around that. Us Bear fans keep our head up and go like, yeah, there's a strong possibility that we can make it to the playoffs. And not talking about firing the head coach, even though he should have been fired last year, firing the GM, even though he possibly should have been fired last year. Talking about how bad this defense is, the simple fact that they're giving up so many big runs and everything else that's going on. Gilmore has really fallen off the radar. You talking about Gilmore that used to play for the Patriots? I'm about to say, because yeah, that's what happened when you change teams and go to different schemes. You're not the same player. That remind me of a guy that used to play for the Oakland Raiders, Nazi Asamoah, who was a Pro Bowler, dominant Pro Bowler with the Raiders, went to the Eagles and got exposed. He got his ass torched. Got his ass torched badly. So that's what happens, when you leave a team that is better suited to your strengths, and then you go to a different one thinking that you're gonna have the same success. It's over with. even before he moved to Carolina. Probably could have been having an off year and then transferring over to Carolina could have made it worse. You know, he probably is more of a man-to-man type of corner, and they run more zone coverage. You know, he probably not be the best at zone, but he's way better at man-to-man coverage. The same thing with Najee Asamoah. He was a great zone coverage corner, but in Philadelphia they play more man-to-man than zone. He got exposed. He got his ass torched. So yeah, you have to make sure when you go to free agency, you go to the right teams, do everything right, because if not, you end up being the next Richard Sherman once he left Seattle. Was never the same player, or Josh Norman since he left Carolina hasn't been the same player since then. Ever since then, that's been going down, down and down. That's the way it goes. But like I said before, we still is talking about the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. And I believe it is in Detroit this time around. So like I said before, they have won a lot of games. Well, they have got their ass whooped in a lot of games. Of course, 3-7. What's going on, Giants Nation? How you feeling, man? How you feeling, bro? You know, just holding it together, you know, as a Bear fan. I know you holding it together too as a Giants fan. You know, both teams 3-7. You know, I don't know if anybody gonna win that bet between you and Kofi Giants Nation. It might turn around and be the exact same record, and neither one of y'all have to win shit, especially the way it's going. So ain't no telling, bro. You see the new comment. How do you spell it? You got to look it up. Go back to I say 2000. I probably even said his goddamn name wrong. Asamoah. Go back to Oakland Raiders 2008, 2009 season. So you go to that. He was number 24 for the Raiders. Number 24. I know I fucked up his last. I know I fucked up his first name, but he was a dominant player. Matter of fact, he was supposedly be on the dream team that Vince Young said that the Eagles were, and then they ass got torched that whole year. That's who he is. Bro, your football acumen is good, bro. I appreciate it, man. It's just that I got a very, very good memory, especially when it comes down to numbers. And football is nothing but numbers. So that's why I'm able to keep up with everything like that. I'm hoping we can beat them bitch ass Eagles. I know, man. I know you're hoping it, but I don't know, bro. The Eagles is trending up right now, and your team is still trending down. Your team made a lot of mistakes against the Bucks, and based on when I watched the highlights and I rewatched the game because I actually did not watch it. I didn't watch it live. Your team actually could have beat the Bucks. It was just so much incompetence that led to your team just being bad like that. And then I believe that right after that y'all got rid of Jason Garrett. I was like, hey, that was one good thing. Now you got to get rid of Joe Judge and clear house again and try to start all over again. What year was he in? I believe he got drafted by the Raiders somewhere between 2004 I say around 2005, 2006 he was drafted. Wound up playing for the Philadelphia Eagles, I think somewhere around 2011, 2012. He got traded to no, he didn't get traded. He signed to the Eagles for a large deal. And then right after that, he got exposed. He wound up playing a lot better later, but at first he was getting torched. He went from no one could throw a pass on him to literally Kofi. You could outrun him and score a touchdown. That's how he went. His career went from that to that real quick. Good trade. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Talking about that cornerback with that. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Giants Nation. shit, I was like, shit, he got one of them names that's just I say go on the list of fucked up names like Kabir Abajabi Miller. They used to play for the Green Bay Packers back in the day. They used to just throw me the hell off because he used to sack the hell out of every quarterback. We fired Jason Gary. Yeah, I believe y'all did. I believe I heard some report on it earlier that he was fired. Now, I don't know for sure. I seen it on YouTube. I didn't look it up on NFL.com or look at any other news reports. I just seen it and I was like, well, it's about goddamn time. Shit, because his play call had been inconsistent. Even though I'd rather take his play calling over Matt Nagy because it is a few times I was able to score 30 and the Bears still have not been able to do that. But yeah. Yeah, he killed me in Matt. Oh, okay. So you remember so Jay, you know exactly who I'm talking about. He just fired Jason Gary. Yep. That's his name. That's his motherfucking name. Now I'm the Opsawa. Yep. He an actor now? Didn't know he was an actor. Yep, that's his goddamn name. That confusing goddamn name. And we did fire his dumb ass. You can call him dumb all you want. That was the most points I seen y'all score. Shit, over the past 2-3 seasons, honestly, with Jason Garrett being your offensive coordinator. Because at first, I think y'all was averaging 17, 18 points a game. Y'all was in the same situation that the Bears in this year. Couldn't score for shit. He was slow as hell though. But if you threw anyone near him, that would be picked. Yep, exactly. Especially back when he played for the Raiders. That's when shit got picked off. But after that, after he left, he got exposed because zone coverage and man-to-man coverage is way different. That's pretty much what Charles Tillman was his first 4 or 5 years in his career. He was a zone coverage corner. When you put him in man-to-man coverage, he got exposed early in his career and then became an excellent man-to-man coverage guy later on in his career. Just it didn't happen for Asamoah. He continued to get his ass burned. Well, yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going to happen Thanksgiving. All I can do is try to sit back and enjoy the game. I'm going to be with some peoples, be with some family members and all the above. But I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I don't know if by halftime you might see me like this, talking the whole time, and I don't care. I talk like that because that's just the bullshit I'm seeing on TV. Or you might see me with just a little bit of goddamn pep in my step. If they at least get the win, and on top of that, Matt Nagy gets fired with them. Freddie Kitchens is a good play caller, so I want to see what he got. Freddie Kitchens, ain't that the dude that was the head coach of the Browns when they went like 0-16? He's married to Carrie. That's right. That's right. He did get lucky and snatch her up before she started getting old. But yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that he was married to her. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a tough Thanksgiving. It's gonna be real tough. It's gonna be tough to see. It's gonna be tough to watch. And it's definitely gonna be tough if they end up losing the goddamn game. I just don't know how it's gonna go. Usually I'm confident in the Bears. Usually I'm very confident in the Bears, but not that confident now. You know, if they give Detroit they first goddamn win, you might see Slag Daddy TV Jr. pop up on this motherfucker. I might go the hell off. I don't care who wins, but the Cowboys need to lose. Yeah, y'all do need the Cowboys. Y'all need them to lose every game from here on out. Y'all need to win every game here on out in order for y'all to do it. She still looks, man, she looks old. She looks good, but she looks old, man. She looks old. But yeah, man. I just don't know how this gonna go. Don't know how it's gonna go. Late night recording this shit, and I still don't know how it's gonna go. I didn't even want to bother wasting 4 or 5 hours trying to do a pre-recorded video. That's why I'm like, fuck that. let's go live and talk about this, because I will hate to waste my time wasting 4 or 5 hours trying to pre-record the video, do all that extra shit just for the Bears to lose again. Now that's annoying. Trying to fit that 4 or 5 hours in a goddamn schedule while I'm always working, doing this and doing that, and then turn around and see that shit. Who is me? That's what's gonna happen if the Bears end up losing this game. I'm gonna go to hell off. Yeah, for the first time, you might see my face be just as red as this goddamn shirt. That's what I'm talking about. Now, he was the offensive coordinator for Baker Mayfield when he broke the rookie touchdown record in 2018. He's a good offensive coordinator. Yes, but is he a good head coach? That's the thing. We've seen a lot of excellent offensive coordinators be terrible head coaches. And we've seen head coaches that be good in other programs and other areas and then come to the NFL and can't coach for shit. Or they get figured out after 1 year. And Jake, I'm 30. I might be 32 years old. I might be considered a millennial, but I swear to God, I am old when it comes down to shit like that. I don't know what the hell LMAP mean. Someone, please tell me what the hell that mean. Because this is like you just put LMAP. That's it. I don't know. I would love to see John go off. Oh Lord. Why would you want to see me go off, man? Why you want to see me snap off? CEO will come and troll you. I don't give a fuck about what the hell CEO gonna go do. Shit. I could care less what CEO fat ass gonna do. Fat. Don't matter. Oh, okay. You meant to put laughing my ass off. I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm like, I don't know what the hell LMAP is, boy. I'm like, is that some new shit that just came out this year or what? I'm like, I do not follow new trends like that. I wind up having to ask my little brother what the hell that is. Like, hey, what's this? Shit. But anyways, man, I'm just gonna have to try to enjoy the day, Thanksgiving, and see and hope that they win. On top of that, like I said, Matt Nagy does need to be fired. Put that energy into the fight. Oh man, I can't do that. I gotta stay relaxed in the fight. If I go nuts in the fight, fuck around, burn myself out, and be tired like Deontay Wilder was after 2 rounds, be burnt the hell out, and then wonder why I'm getting whooped on. No, Joe Judge still the head coach. Kitchens is the new offensive coordinator. Oh, that's what you want, or is that what's happening? Because if so, then y'all might got a chance to turn it around. But only how that happens if Freddie Kitchens conforms to Daniel Jones' skill set, and he knows how to already protect him, try to minimize his limitations, and try to basically build on everything that he does right. Yeah, at times he does hold on the ball too long. Yeah, even though he hasn't done it a lot this year whatsoever, he still has a habit of fumbling the football. At times he still do, even though he hasn't done that either, still has a possibility of throwing that incompetent interception at the worst possible time. And on top of that, your defense fucks you over like no tomorrow, much like the Bears much like the Bears defensive backs fucked the Bears in so many goddamn games. Have a good Thanksgiving, boys. Hopefully we do have a good Thanksgiving. Because yeah, of course, family, like I said, family coming through, they chilling, they're gonna be coming in. But like I said, I'm still gonna be reporting the game, still gonna try to make sure that I tune into it and talk about everything that is going on. Don't miss my chat I said about Nagy. Matter of fact, what you say about Nagy? Did I miss it? I don't see nothing. I'll say I ain't see it, but shit, retype it. Shit. All I got to say is Matt Nagy is one of the most incompetent head coaches that I've seen the Chicago Bears have since Dick Duran. That's That's who the hell Matt Nagy reminds me of. Dick fucking Geron. That was the coach for the Chicago Bears. I think they went 5-11 his first year, 13-3 in 2001. Then after that, just couldn't do shit, couldn't do nothing. 2002, 2003, couldn't do nothing. He got released, and then up came Lovie Smith. So hopefully, after having all this incompetence, hopefully the next head coach can be the next Lovie Smith, but be even that much better in terms of getting guys together, and hopefully this team can win. Fire Nagy, of course, everybody's clamoring for his head, but KO, I did speak about it in the beginning that even though Matt Nagy is an incompetent head coach, all of the above, it shouldn't have been no motherfucking people chanting "Fire Nagy" at his kids' football game. Everybody that thought that shit was cute and performed in that, you can go to hell, you can go suck a dick, all the above. Like you can go kiss somebody's ass. That was bogus. I don't care. I don't care how bad of a head coach he is. He's still a man. That's still his kid. And if the man was crazy, he probably would have started shooting that motherfucker up. But it is what it is. Just like I said before, shouldn't have did that. I don't care what he do on the football field. That's still a human being. You should not be doing him like that, period. He's still a father. Don't do that shit, period. I don't give a fuck. I said if y'all lose or tie with the Lions, he needs he needs to get to their head. Boy, if we tie with the Lions, Illuminati confirmed. That's all I got to say about that. If we lose to the Lions, Illuminati confirmed. That's all I got to say. Illuminati confirmed. Like that's some bullshit. How the hell any of that happened? I don't try to be hilarious, man. I just be talking, man. I just be talking again. Shit just come out the way it do. Some Bear fans are ruthless as fuck. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah, some Bear fans is ruthless as hell. We say, listen, man, I told you, I've been telling you this for the longest, Kofi. You know, some Bear fans just got their heads too far up their ass. They was like that last year. They was like that the year before. And they're going to be like that after that. So it is what it is. Hold up. Y'all think if Nagy beats the Lions, he's still finna get fired? Yes. Matter of fact, that's all the reports I've been hearing since Sunday. That even if the Bears beat the Lions, his ass is still out of here. He's still out of here. I don't have a problem with that. He should have been gone last year. He should not have been here this goddamn long. He should have been gone. Especially after Trubisky saved their goddamn jobs. At least with Ryan Pace, he makes a few good picks here and there. And he makes a good free agent signing here and there that makes people at least get a little bit excited. With Matt Nagy, all you hear is where we're at, hear about the whys and all this extra dumb shit that he's been saying every goddamn week for the past 4 seasons. And it just gets very annoying just to hear and just to see. Here comes CEO, fat ass. Y'all lose to the Lions. You lost to Tyler Huntley. Y'all are bums. I've been said it. Yeah, you also said that Darnell Mooney was trash and he wasn't that good and all the above. But then right after at the last live stream, you had to admit that he was a goddamn dog and he was lighting y'all ass on fire. Just the difference is, CEO, you've been listening to me all season long. I already said it. Everybody I've heard me say it for the longest. Ain't nobody gonna target Jalen Johnson because he's gonna shut that shit down real quick, and he's liable to pick the ball off easily. So what are teams gonna do to attack the Bears? Because their front seven is just that good. Even with missing Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks, they still can get to the quarterback. They're gonna attack Kendall Vildor because he's really a nickelback playing number 2. They're gonna attack Duke Shelley, who's really like a dime package corner or really at best a special teams player on kickoff return or punt return to either block or just punt to go down there and tackle the guy, and he's at your number 3. What did you expect? I've said this all season, even when the Bears win. I wasn't even happy about not one win because I seen all the holes in that goddamn team, and I did not like it. I didn't like it, and people were still, and Bear fans still coming at me at that time, talking about I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I see what the hell I see. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you don't know what the hell you talking about. I know what the hell I see because I take my emotions out of the goddamn game. All I do is just make sure when I'm watching the game, look at it from an analyst standpoint. Don't look at it as a fan standpoint. That's the reason why I can see everything that's going on. If I'm looking at it from a fan standpoint, you go blind. You only can see certain shit when it's going bad. No, I see it when it's going good, going bad, every goddamn thing. There comes the shit talk. It don't matter. It don't matter, KO, his team won. His team won with a backup quarterback making his first NFL start. And why did that happen? Because like I said already, that's what happens when you have a number 3 and a number 4 guy playing number 2 and number 3. It happens. We'll do you a favor, Jones. We get Tyler Huntley from Mooney. Illuminati confirmed. I mean, Tyler played better than Fields, so it's an upgrade. Illuminati confirmed. No, I'm good. I'm good. You should be happy that I even highlighted that goddamn comment. The hell up out of here, CEO. I wouldn't expect a guy who took y'all to the playoffs two times in 3 years to be trash. That's what listen, man. When it come down to Trubisky, the media was against him. The fans was against him. I was one of the few people that was a huge fan of him. That's why I made that goddamn video almost a year ago saying every reason why the Bears should keep Trubisky. I said it. The only reason why the Bears had an 8-8 record for the past 2 years because Matt Nagy did not want him there, so he self-sabotaged the team to try to get him out of there. And now he's gone, and the same shit is still happening. Now he fucked himself. This is literally what happened. 2018 was not just an outlier. That could have been a repeat in 2019. Could have been a repeat. But it had a terrible kicker, not Cairo Santos, but had the other guy there who missed a few kicks that lost the Bears the game. And then when Trubisky started winning the following year in 2020, the defense was burnt out. Throughout the first 8 games, they had already felt like they played 16 games because they was only scoring 16, 17 points per game, but allowing 24 points per game. Eventually, because they had played a whole game, beat the team down, beat the other team's offense down for 3.5 quarters, but the offense only put up 3 points the whole goddamn game. So eventually they give up because they burnt out. The other team goes down the field and starts scoring on them. That's literally what the hell I meant. No, I meant Nagy. Nah, fuck that. Nagy has been ass since he been here. I wish I would have started this shit up in 2018 because you would have heard much of the same. Yeah, the Bears won the game, but the play calling was bad. Even at that time, Matt Nagy was leaving a guy who now is not even considered to be that good, Jordan Howard, out to dry. He ran for 1,300 yards one year, 1,100 yards the next year. When Matt Nagy comes over, he runs the football less, like maybe 15 times a game, and Jordan Howard still almost ended up with 1,000 yards. He had like 973 yards and like maybe 5-6 touchdowns that year, maybe 1 rushing fumble that year. I can't remember exactly the stats. I haven't looked at it over the past few years, but that's basically what his stat line was. And it would have been a lot better if Matt Nagy wasn't an asshole and just saying, "This is what I want. This is where we're at," type of shit. Giants Nation, who was on the defense, not Nagy. Oh, who was definitely on Nagy? Who was on Nagy because he was the one calling the goddamn plays. Now, when it come down to on defense, that's on Sean Desai, and that's on the players being terrible in execution. Everybody saw that replay when when everyone else is following a man, Kendall Vildor want to follow the man along with his goddamn teammate like an asshole. Nagy had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I already know that. I'm just saying. Nagy, in terms of offensive play calling, you can't tell me he's not calling plays when every time they pan to him, his face, he got a goddamn play sheet and he doing this shit. Not even looking at the goddamn what's going on the field. He's constantly doing this. So I don't want to hear that. He's definitely played a huge part in what's going on. You can say all day that Bill Lazor is calling the plays. It cannot just be Bill Lazor. It has to be a mix of both or just Matt Nagy calling. Plain and simple. Howard impressed me. Too bad he wasn't used right. He just wasn't used right with Nagy. Because we seen what happened. His rookie year, what the hell did he do? I think his rookie was 2016. He didn't start until like week 4. Still almost led the league in rushing. Following year, injured the whole year. Fucked up his shoulder early in the year. And honestly, couldn't even run nobody over. Went down easy as hell because his shoulders was banged up. Still ran for 1,100 and like 50 yards and like 7-8 touchdowns that year. Then, of course, he comes back fully healthy the following year, 2018, and he doesn't get used really at all. Or was Tariq Cohen getting used a lot? Which I don't have a problem with him getting used. Just you still had a dynamic running back in Jordan Howard at that time and still was failing to use him properly. And that's another thing to me that probably came back to bite the Bears in the ass in the playoffs that year. Your boys are going to be back. All right, bro. I don't want to hire anybody that comes from Andy Reid tree because of poor time management and refusal to run the football. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. Like even Andy Reid got his shit together and started running the football a lot more. But shit, his teams is not built for it. His team's built to pass the football. But when you have a team that's built like the Bears, it's not meant to be passing the football like that. I don't know what the hell it is with the Bears organization. It's like they just can't. If the Bears quarterbacks throw the ball more than 25 times, 9 times out of 10 the Bears are going to lose the game. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell the dealio is when it comes down to shit like that. But it is what it is. The Bears is meant to run the football. Run the football, control the clock, play defense. When you do pass the ball, pass at the right times, and the Bears be able to put up points. They did it in 2018. They did it inconsistently in 2019. Of course, they did it inconsistently in 2020, but they have not been able to even be inconsistent this year. It's been more of being consistent of being ass. That's what the hell they have done. That's what the hell they did. If not, have a great Thanksgiving. All right, man. You too, man. Be smooth, Jake. Jarvis, we're talking about 2018 season and 2020 playoffs. Yeah, we're talking about every goddamn thing. You know, this video will transform from talking about the Bears and the Lions and talking about every goddamn thing that's going on. So, John, do you got anyone in mind you want to be the Bears' new hire of the head coach? No. I have no goddamn idea. None. Shit, I think I should be the goddamn head coach over whoever the hell's coming in. Shit. Let me be the coach. I bet I get their ass together. I bet I do. Shit, based on how competent Matt Nagy is. If he can get a job as the Bears head coach, let me do it, man. Shit. Because it's that damn bad. But I don't know, man. I don't know who will be the best guy. You know, I heard rumors of Greg Roman possibly try to be the head coach of the Bears if the Bears was to bring him in. That would be an excellent fit because the Bears is a running type of team. And when they do throw the football, they throw it at the right time. And players end up being wide open down the field, much like they have done with Lamar Jackson throughout his career. And they can possibly turn Justin Fields into Lamar Jackson 2.0 if he is used correctly And when he does throw the football, he hits the open man almost every single time. That's only how it's gonna happen. Now, that would be the only candidate I could possibly see, honestly. Everybody else is more pass happy type of team. Bears is not a pass happy type of organization. Ain't never been pass happy, so I don't know. Defense was responsible for us making the playoffs. Hell, you can say even Trubisky too in 2020. Yeah, of course. The defense was responsible for the Bears making it in 2018, but you can't make it seem, but you can't discount what Trubisky did in 2018. You can't discount that because it just wasn't defense carrying them. The offense still put up points. As we can see this year, even when the defense played well and put the Bears in short field positions, what happened? They couldn't move the ball for shit. They got to stop at the 40-yard line and then be punting from the 40-yard line this year. At least in 2018, if they got the ball at the 40-yard line, you knew it was a guarantee they was going to at least put up 3 points every single time, at least 3 to 7 points every single time. That's the difference, not only between the play calling, not only that, but the player execution. When you conform to your players' strengths, that's what leads to the team being successful. But when you try to make everybody conform to what the head coach thinks should happen, like they used to do 10, 15, 20 years ago, that's why so many coaches got their ass fired back then. This is what you get right here. Now, sometimes it could be the simplest thing. Just don't have the talent. Got excellent coaches, players is playing their hearts out, but don't have the talent. That's probably what Detroit is. That's, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what Detroit is. They probably got decent coaches all the way around. They just don't have the talent. If they had the talent, then they probably will have 4 or 5 wins this year because they had multiple opportunities to do it. It's just that their defense couldn't stop nobody. Why? Didn't have the talent. So the Lions is probably another 5, 6, 7, 8 players away from them actually having a winning season. They really is because they battled everybody tight, everybody, and they battled the Ravens better than the Bears did because guess what? It was against Lamar Jackson. They battled everybody hard. It was just simple fact that incompetent play calling when they got in the red zone against the Bears, leaving too much time on the clock against the Ravens, leaving too much time on the clock against multiple teams. It is what it is. Jonah from the box, the offensive line, they go off sides. If you probably so, I'll probably be all up in their goddamn face. All up in their face, especially when Robert Quinn was offsides twice. I probably would have took his ass out the game. Like, yeah, go sit your ass on the bench. I don't care how much money we paid you. You offsides twice in the last few minutes. Go sit down, have a seat. Go have a seat and go. Matter of fact, go in the corner and go just dwell on what the hell you just did. Just think about what you did. Goofy. If I was the head coach, Kendall Vildor would have been gone. He would have been released week 4. Duke Shelley would have just been special teams. That's it. Special teams. But if the team, if these two are still starting, how bad is the backups? How bad is the backups that Kendall Vildor and Duke Shelley is still starting all the way to now? The backups has to be that goddamn bad. If this was Madden, if you put it in Madden terms, Duke Shelley and Kendall Vildor, their awareness got to be like 35 and below. Shit, got to be low as hell because the incompetence is real. Like Illuminati confirmed, the shit is real. I might have to start putting that as a hashtag in my videos. Hashtag Illuminati confirmed because that shit is some bullshit. You think Justin Fields is coming on or he's sitting the rest of the year? I just spoke on that, Giants Nation. I would like if they sat him for the rest of the year because The Bears organization has failed to protect their assets for years to come, and they failed to protect Justin Fields this year. He's been banged up basically the entire year. He's been getting his ass smashed the entire year, and it seems like the offensive coordinator and Bill Lazor and the head coach Matt Nagy cannot cook up a scheme cognate enough to constantly protect the quarterback. If you know at times that your offensive line can't stop a newborn baby from sacking that man, why the hell is you not in 6 and 7 man protections on a more consistent basis? Why is it that majority of the time you leave the lineman solo and no one there to be able to chip the defensive end slash offensive linebackers? I say offensive outside linebackers of the opposing teams, depending on if they playing a 3-4 defense, 4-4 defense, 4-3 defense, 5-2 defense. I can go on and on and on from the defense that they got out there in the league, and you still fail to try to stop the shit. You fail to have a cognitive game plan to protect your quarterback, no matter if it was Justin Fields, Mitchell Trubisky, Andy Dalton, Jay Cutler. It does not matter. It seems like can't no head coach find a way to try to goddamn protect the quarterbacks that has been with the Bears over the past 6-7 goddamn years. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Illuminati confirmed. Yes, sir. The new motto. That's probably what it's gonna be. I'll probably put that in. I'll probably start putting that in an intro at the end. John Bentley Sports Reaction. Illuminati confirmed. On my mom. That's probably what the hell it end up being, man. You know. But anyways, man, for the people that didn't know, got a fight update. I'll probably do an official video on that pretty soon. I fight December 18th against a guy that I watched fighting the Golden Gloves back in 2018. His name is Destiny Butler. Tall, rangy guy, tall like me. I think he's probably a little bit taller than me. Dark skinned with dreads. You can look him up. Just type in Destiny Butler, boxer. He already fought 10 times. He's 9-1. He just got knocked out by a guy that was 1-11, a journeyman. All you got to do really is just put a lot of pressure on him. Put a lot of pressure on him, and try not to get hit so goddamn much, and try to always make sure to attack back. If you're able to do that, you burn out, you beat him. So yeah. Yeah, I got everybody on CG stream saying shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because Illuminati confirmed it's catchy, man. I even got y'all saying it. I already said it. By the time I leave YouTube, I'm gonna have a whole goddamn community saying that shit on my mama. Because it's the truth, man. When you see that incompetence, man, you gotta be like, Illuminati confirmed. Yep, CEO, that's the reason why you see. I'm gonna call the police on you and tell them the truth. That every time you travel to a different state, whenever you feel some type of way, you find a hook and you take her to the alley and you strangle her. That's what I'm gonna tell them. Thoughts on the Crawford Porter fight? Bad. I thought Porter was gonna give him some problems, but I did think Crawford was gonna win. But based on everything that went with Porter, he already had his mind made up. He was finna retire before the fight, so his head wasn't even all the way there. He wasn't even the same fighter that fought Errol Spence a few years ago. And Crawford took care of business, plain and simple. Crawford took care of business. He did everything he was supposed to do. He dropped him twice. Sean Porter still, even at the age that he is as a pro boxer, still kept raising his chin in the air. When you fighting somebody that's technically sound like Crawford, you cannot afford to be having your chin in the air. You can't afford to be swinging on wild punches and being sloppy. Now, the matchup that I really want to see still is Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. I believe they match up very well, way better than Sean Porter ever would with Terrence Crawford. And their fight can be very interesting. Now, of course, I don't know if Errol Spence is anything near the same fight he was even after that car accident that almost killed him a few years ago. but he has shown that he can do something. Now, I don't know if Errol Spence will win this fight, but I still actually want to see this fight. That'd be one of the fights that I actually do my best to tune into, much like the Wilder and Fury fight. Now, I thought if Porter won, he would have tried to get his rematch with Spence. You actually thought Porter was going to win? I didn't think so. I thought Porter was going to give him some problems. I thought they'd probably be able to get to the inside if he tightened up his punches, because he's excellently conditioned. You saw that from when he get dropped, he get right up and all the above. So he wasn't hurt. And also his father, of course, throwing in the towel, people was pissed off about that. But when that's your goddamn son out there getting whooped, and he doing podcasts, he doing this for Showtime, he's doing guest appearance on this and that. You want him to be as cognate as possible. You don't want him to be talking like Riddick Bowe, who now slurring his words that when he talk, he hunched over like, oh, yeah. You don't want him talking like that. You want him to be as cognate as possible, and that's what his father did. They already discussed that he was going to retire, whether he won or lost any goddamn way. So they already went into the fight with the mindset that that's it for him, and that's what happened. Especially before the accident, would win hands down. Possibly, but after that car accident, altering him, taking time off and losing all that, could be, But now after the fact, Terence Crawford might give him the business. But like I said, these two match up way better than Sean Porter and Terence Crawford ever would, because they both is technically sound. They both don't stop throwing punches, especially Errol Spence. Don't stop throwing punches. They really don't get tired, and they really make sure that they stay in the middle of the ring at all times. So that's exactly what's going to have to happen between them. Whoever can make the least amount of mistakes, and whoever can make the right amount of punches at the right time and make sure that they don't get hit with so many bullshit punches, that's the one that's going to win, plain and simple. I'm glad Crawford leaving that clown Bob Arum. He should have been left him. That's what happens when you sign long ass contracts. My head coach told me, never sign a contract that is longer than 2 years. Never sign nothing that's longer than 2 years, because if they get you to sign for 3, 4, 5 years, they'll try to have you fight any goddamn body, and they throw you to the wolves. This is literally what they do anyway. They try to throw you to the wolves, get you fucked up, and then after that, they get their money, and when you're done, you're done. You really done. And that's what happens to a lot of people. So my coach showed me ahead of time, because he's been in the fight game for a long time. If I sign a contract with a big promotion, anything like that, if I can stay undefeated and win this fight and just keep winning, then definitely make sure if I do sign a fight contract, only 2 years at the most. No, Crawford all day. I'm just saying if he did win. Yeah, true. But I didn't think he was gonna win. If you couldn't beat Errol Spence after a car accident, you weren't gonna beat Crawford that trains all day, every day, and never skips a beat. He's one of those guys that stays in the gym possibly all year round. Don't leave the gym. Don't take no 2, 3, 4 months off just to relax and get fat and then find out about a fight. And then got to kill himself to get back in shape and be drained. No, he stays in shape at all times. All times. I already know. I've seen fighters like this. It's not too many fighters that does it anymore, but it's still a large amount of fighters that stays at the gym all year round. All they do is train. All they do is prepare, and all they do is try to get better and basically perfect their craft the best way they can. That's literally what it is. Now I'm trying to get to be one of those guys to try to stay in the gym at all times, all the above. I'm getting there, but just gotta improve on a lot of shit. Gotta get a lot of shit together, get some shit right, timing, and then maybe then I could be one of those guys. But it ain't about me. We discussed it about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. But like I said before, man, that's gonna be the best matchup to see. Now I would have loved to see Manny Pacquiao after he beat Keith Thurman. That version of Pacquiao, I would have loved to see him fight either Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. But of course, we know what happened right after that. COVID-19 hit and everything else, and then it just threw everything through a flux. So it is what it is. Pacquiao now retired, too old to be fighting those young guys anyway. And now we just got to sit back and wait and see when those guys get ready to fight. But I've been on for what, an hour, 15 minutes. If y'all want me to stay on, man, just comment and let me know if y'all want to stay on so we can still continue to have the open discussion. If not, I'm going to get ready to close shop today. Spence didn't look that good against Danny Garcia. And I heard he was getting lit up in training camp for the Manny fight. Okay, that's why he's getting the eye surgery. Probably so. Probably so. You know, if he had damage to his eye, well, it was a retina tear and he had to have surgery to repair his retina. What if you have any more information on that, Giants Nation, just let me know what's going down with that. Because like I said, I've only been looking at stuff in my news feed when I can. I've been moving around a lot recently, so I haven't been able to catch too much information that's been going on. Just when I come in, check, read through everything, watch everything that I can, then take my ass back to sleep, and then get up and then do my thing all over again, basically. But like I said before, people, if y'all want to keep the live stream going and we can just keep talking about various subjects, let me know. Just comment down below that you want to keep going. If not, like I said before, get ready to close shop. Because shit, a little tired. But I will stay up and keep this shit going just because, you know, we all fucks with each other anyway. So it's like I don't have a problem staying up a little bit longer and having an open discussion about all sports in the media, multimedia, it don't matter, you know. I don't care if we talking about religion, whatever, talking about what's going on in the news. If I know what the hell going on, I talk about that, or whatever. It don't matter to me. You know, this is primarily a sports channel, but I've always said that if I'm willing to have open discussions about anything at any given time with any sport or media or medium that is going on. Point blank, period. Let me see. Oh, John, from head to sleep. Gotta work. Good talk. Okay, bro. So yeah, man, we all in the same thing, man. I just came back from sparring not long ago. Had a tough sparring session today. Got my ass kicked today. Well, wasn't not something that happened often, but that dude was way bigger than me, and I still tried to take it to his ass, but he gave me the business. It is what it is. Shit, just gotta work on some shit, get some shit together. But it is what it is with that. I don't know for that. But yeah, like I said before, man. Man, this is Jonah Pimpney once again bringing it back to you. Originally discussing the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears during a Thanksgiving game. Just remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you are a new subscriber, and if you are a returning subscriber, just make sure to hit that like button and share the video just to continue to try to get the channel growing. If you really like the video, share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever medium that you do have. I will appreciate the likes and shares as well, and also spreading the information. But as always, people, man, good night. Enjoy your morning, man, and everyone just enjoy your Thanksgiving. Just be smooth. All right, I'm out.
But fam, it don't matter. This is just the introduction. I'm gonna be busting from here on after.